In 8th grade, my school didn't really allow us to wear headphones during class or the passing period. But this rule was ignored by everyone, including the teachers. One day, I was running late to class with a whole lot of stuff in my arms because I didn't keep track of the bell. Some stuff started to slip from my arms, and I was carrying my Chromebook, which was connected to my headphones. I didn't want to drop it, so I pulled over to the side of the hallway. There were still a lot of people walking around me, and that made me not want to put my stuff on the ground with the fear of people stepping on my stuff. I was starting to freak out because I didn't want to be late to class. Then I saw a teacher walking up to me. My first thought was that she was going to help me, but instead of doing that, she unplugged my headphones and walked away. Now where someone could actually walk and break my headphones, or at least the part where they connect to my phone. High school was different, or at least around 10th and 9th grade, where we could freely wear our headphones and earbuds. 11th got a little stricter, but with 12, it was against the law to have my phones or headphones during school. Luckily, my school made it where we can have our phones, but only if we keep them in our backpacks. Headphones and earbuds were supposed to be the same, but our teachers didn't really care as long as we weren't wearing them while they were teaching, which is very understandable. All didn't care except for one. Let's call her Miss Cookie. Miss Cookie is known to be very strict in making sure that students follow the rules. Because of that, I did my best to avoid her. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I still bumped into her a few times. I remember the first time I bumped into her. I was walking to class, and this class was farther away than most of my other classes. It was in the portables, and the portables are known to be very far away, and my class was literally in the back, so I don't really have that much time to diddle-dally. So I was rushing to get to my class so I wouldn't be late. And Miss Cookie was in the middle of the entrance. The portables were also fenced around, so there was no other way to get around her. When I saw her there, I was surprised. She's never there. Miss Cookie immediately stopped me where I was standing and made me put my headphones back into my backpack. Luckily, I was already close to my class, so I wouldn't be late. But it just sucks. I was already having a good time, but now, it's made my good day turn into a little less of a good day. But after that, I never saw her out near the portables again. Miss Cookie is usually around her office, which sadly is near the spot I like to eat my lunch at. One time with Miss Cookie, I was saying goodbye to a friend of mine right before lunch was going to end, and we started to walk in the hallways to get a little bit of a head start. When the bell rung, or is it rang? Whatever. We went our separate ways, and when I was heading to my class, Miss Cookie was standing in the way I usually take to get to my class. She saw me, and I saw her. Before she could even get a word in, I put on my headphones, turned around, and went the opposite way, disappearing into the crowd. I ended up taking the long route to avoid her. Just the same thing happened to me not too long ago. I was heading back from the portables to go to lunch. There's really only one way to get into the cafeteria that's close to the portables, and in that pathway, it kind of splits up into 4 different areas to get to place, and it's very narrow and it easily clogs up. This time, I was able to get there a little bit earlier, or was it later? I think I was a little bit later to avoid the traffic. Anyway, what's important is that there weren't a lot of people, so I would be able to take my usual route without trying to fight people. Oh my very goodness, it feels like I'm trying to fight against a current, and there's a lot of people when I have to get through the little area. And once again, there was Miss Cookie blocking my exit. Since there were so little people I could use for cover, I picked up my pace and prayed that she wouldn't see me, and tried to go where her back was turned to me, which I successfully did, but then after I had to take the long route again. For my last story, 2 teachers were trying to stop me while I was walking the hallway this time, and my heart was pumping so fast afterwards. And the only way I was able to calm myself down was to write it in my notebook that I like to keep so I can write down my ideas for any videos I want to do later on. And while I was writing it down, I was trying so hard not to get caught because I had to do this assignment. and maybe study for a test too. So what happened was, right after the bell rung, I was rushing because my next class was across the school, and my quickest way to get there was through the courtyard. The entrance to the courtyard was behind these two big doors in the middle of the hallways, and one of them were locked. So a crowd was starting to build up. I was outside of the crowd because, well, who likes being in a big old crowd where people are pushing and shoving? So a few teachers were opening the doors, and guess who was one of the teachers? That's right, Miss Cookie. So when Miss Cookie opened those doors, it was like a predator going after a prey that was outside the herd. She immediately saw me and came right towards me. Luckily, there was a clear pathway in the crowd, and I took it, creating space between me and Miss Cookie. When I finally made it out in the courtyard and near my class, there was a teacher right in front of me. I accidentally again made eye contact with him. He noticed me and tried to stop me, but I didn't stop walking fast, so I ended up walking around him. He was saying, "Hey, hey!" I made it to my class without any other problems after that. Well, that's all the stories I have so far. I'll let you know if I get any more. With that, I bid you a good day, and I hope you stick around. See ya! Okay, so this is the end of the video. I just want to do like a little bit of a rant, so feel free to click away. But man, after that first or last story, my heart was pumping so fast, and I had a lot of adrenaline. It lasted like, my adrenaline lasted like the whole day. Anyways, goodbye.